what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. No. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Give me all you got, don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, 'cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. 'Cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, 'cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. 'Cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Okay, students. Hello, welcome back. We're going to start with the class for today. Hi, hello. I see that there are 15 students now in the class. Very good. Just a quick go over Bruno, Elena, Amsi, Santiago, Eduardo. I see the Galaxy. Who's Galaxy? Remember to change the name. Jacobo Mendoza also changed the name. Juliet Escalante. Lyra, Marco, Maria Angel, Alondra, Pablo, the god of potato, and Jimena. Very good. Okay, so we're going to start today with the class. It's a reading class. We're going to go ahead and see the reading, and we're going to read. We're going to see our Pearson book. We're going to be working with the big question of the week. So get ready to start with this, okay? First of all, I'm going to start sharing. Everybody, I will show you the plan for this class. The plan for this class is reading class. We're going to go ahead over the question of the week. Then we're going to read pages 8 to number 13 in your Pearson Model 5. If you don't have your Pearson Model 5, don't worry, pay attention to the screen because I'm going to be sharing the Pearson Model 5. If you do have your Model 5, go for it. We're going to be working on it, okay? So be having your Pearson book with you. And if not, go for your book, your notebook, and do a section, divide the notebook so you can work on the reading section, okay? You will need a pencil and you will need a pen or both. Okay, let's ready. Are you ready? Let's have some fun, students. Let's get ready to work. First of all, I'm going to start sharing the screen so you can see the Pearson book that I have here, okay? Everybody, I see here, let me check. I see Lyra, a smile, Lyra. Very good. Amsi, Maria Ángel, Santiago, Elisa, Jimena, Bruno. Very good, Nona. I like your shirt. I like your shirt, Alondra. Very good. Elena. I see Leah Nicole. Jimena has her camera turned off, but I see her. Marco. Nice, Marco. Very good. Okay, Eduardo. Amsi. Very good. Okay, students, so let's start. Everybody's in here. Maria Ángel. I like your shirt also. Nice shirt. Okay, let's start. Let me turn off the alarm. Very good. Okay, students. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here so you can see. Yes, Amsi, what's the question?
Teacher, what page?
Right now I'm going to open the Pearson book so you can see the pages, okay?
Okay.
Don't worry. I will open here the Pearson book so you can see the pages. Okay, students. Very good. So here we are. This is the Pearson book. This is how you're going to see it. It's page number 8 and page number 9 in your Pearson book, okay? We're going to start with this. Page number 8 says the oral vocabulary. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about emergencies, students. We're going to be talking about emergencies. Right now, we are in an emergency. We know that the coronavirus or the COVID-19, it's the emergency that we are facing. We are in a pandemic. That means that we have to be in quarantine. We need to be in our houses. We cannot go outside because the virus is very, very, very dangerous. So we have to be very careful. Remember that here it says, share opinions about what an emergency is, tell how to act and include information in your description. Build upon the ideas of others and look at the concept map and words. Okay, let's go to page number 9. On page number 9, this is what you're going to see. I'm going to do it a little bit bigger so you can see it much better. So this is the map. This is the map that you have at page number 9. That's page number 9 in your Pearson book, and it says the map. How can we prepare for emergencies? In the end of the class, yes. Okay, Lyra, what's the question, Lyra? Give me a second. Lyra, what's the question, Lyra?
Teacher, it's because I do only two, how do you say? It's because I only get until that 10 of the pictures.
Don't worry, right now in algebraics, I'm going to put the pictures, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, students, so now, something very important, students. Remember that we're going to be talking about emergencies. How can we prepare for emergencies? There are 3 sections: nature, plan, and rescue. Okay, people that do not have the Pearson book, please copy this in your notebook. Copy this concept map. The ones that do have the Pearson book, you're going to answer in the Pearson book, okay? So don't worry, if you do not have your Pearson books, please copy this in your notebook. So first of all, who can tell me how your parents prepare for the COVID? Who can raise your hand and tell me how their parents prepare for the cuarentena? What happened in your house to prepare your family for the quarantine? Okay, Bruno. Let's see, Bruno. What happened in your house, Bruno, when you started preparing for the quarantine?
Well, all the days when my father comes to work, it's like a lab. We make a complete disinfect.
Okay, you disinfect everything.
And
okay, very good. Jimena, thank you, Bruno. Jimena, what do your family do to prepare for the quarantine, Jimena?
No, it's another question. What page is it?
Okay, page number 9 in your Pearson book. Okay, thank you, Jimena. Maria Ángel, Ready?
My parents um with a lot of food.
They buy a lot of food. Where did you go to buy food?
I don't go. My dad go.
Your dad went to Costco, to Sam's, to Walmart, to all those places, right? Very good, Maria Angel. I think that's something very important because we need to take care, and if we do not have food, we are not going to be able to eat. Okay, Alondra, what did your parents do to work with the quarantine?
My dad is working but not in here,
Hmm?
and my mom disinfect where when she go
To the where?
to the supermarket.
Okay, very good. That's very important. Remember, thank you, Alondra. Remember, every time that you go out or every time your parents go out, they have to wash their hands, they have to use hand sanitizer, they have to take out their clothes, they have to take a shower, because that's the perfect way to disinfect yourself from the COVID, from the coronavirus. Remember, that's very important to do. Okay? So right now we'll go ahead with AMSI and with Bruno. First, let's start answering this. Okay, here it says, how can we prepare for an emergency? Nature. How do you think, for example, for the COVID, what happened with the nature? Who can tell me what happened with the nature? What is happening with all the nature around the world with this quarantine? What do you think is happening, Jimena? Let me open your microphone. Okay, there.
They don't trash the how do you say basura?
Trash.
They don't
Throw.
you know the trash don't
Throw it. Throw it.
throw it to the planet.
That's correct. That's very good, Jimena. So, very good. Thank you, Jimena. So, one thing that is happening to our nature is that the trash that we used to throw, there's no more trash anymore because the planet is cleaning. So, one thing there where it says nature on the first square here, you're going to put a, here, we're going to put there, less trash. That's one thing that the nature is doing, that it's cleaning. It's cleaning. The nature itself, it's cleaning itself. That means that it's getting like less trash, it's getting cleaner. So that's something very important. That's something very good, that the world is cleaning. Another thing that the nature is doing. What else do you think, Maria Angel? Let me open your microphone, Maria Angel. Okay. Yes, Maria Angel.
That the animals are free.
That's correct. That's also very important. Thank you, Maria Angel. The animals all around the world are getting free. So that's very important. Did you know that? There's an important fact. Are free. Let me put this. Okay. So, did you know that the panda in the zoo of Japan and China, the pandas started having babies because there were no people in the zoos. Since the pandas saw that there were no people in the zoo, the pandas started having babies. So that means that there's going to be more pandas in the world, because we are having more pandas in the world because of the quarantine, because people could not go to the zoo. The pandas start getting their babies out. That's very good because they're starting to have more babies. So that's something very interesting, because the animals are getting free, are getting more animals. We're seeing a lot of animals in the city because there's no people in the city. So that's very interesting. Now, what do you think? We already mentioned, what is the plan for emergency? What do you think? The first thing that we were saying here, that it's a plan for emergency to go for food. That's one of the things that we have to go for food. That's one of the first things that we have to do in an emergency quarantine plan, okay? Another plan or another thing that we have to do, okay, Lyra, remember you have to raise your hand in the participants. Okay, Jimena, what is another thing that we can do? Let me open your microphone. Jimena, okay, you didn't answer, you didn't raise your hand, Jimena. Okay, let me open your microphone. There, Jimena. Okay.
How do you say tapabocas?
Mouth covers.
Yes, mouth cover.
That's correct, that's very important. And
and
gloves.
And gloves.
Gloves, very good, Jimena, that's great. I'm going to put it here. Buy gloves and mouth and, well, yes, mouth covers. That's very interesting. We need to do that because that's a way to protect ourselves from the virus. We need to buy gloves and mouth covers, okay? That's very interesting. That's very good. Thank you, Jimena. Who is here? Who's Mendoza? Okay, Jacob Mendoza. Who is Jacob Mendoza? Juliet, I think. Okay, Jacobo Mendoza. Who is it?
Me.
Who is me? Ah, okay, Elisa, put here, please. I'm going to put here Elisa. Elisa, okay. What's the question, Elisa?
Teacher, this is not a question. We also can do mouth covers in our house.
That's correct. You can also, they're very good. You can also do or fabricate your own mouth covers with the tissues that you have in your house or with a lot of things that you have in your house. You can do them in your house. That's very interesting, very good. You can recycle them in your house. Very good, Elisa. Thanks for the participation. Thank you, Elisa. Now, students, very good. Rescue, what is a rescue plan? What do you think is a rescue plan? How can people rescue us? By preparing what? What do you think that they have to prepare? Where do we go to the doctor? Is a what? The hospital. Very good, Alondra. That's correct. So remember, hospitals have to be prepared. How can hospitals prepare for the rescue? How do you think that they can prepare? To have more what? Have to have more medicine. Have more medicine. And another way to prepare is to have more what? More, what do you think it's important to have? More what? More people, more what? People that work in the hospital, who are they? Doctors, that's correct. More doctors and nurses. Doctors and nurses. That's what we need. We need more medicine and we need more doctors and nurses, okay? So that's what we have to have in the map. So that's the easiest way to prevent or prepare for an emergency, okay? Talking about the COVID, talking of the coronavirus, this is the best thing that we have to do. Nature will have less trash and it will be cleaner. Animals are free. We have to buy food, we have to buy gloves, we have to buy mouth covers, hand sanitizer, soap, that's also very important, and the medicine, and have more doctors, okay? So very good, students. Let's go to the next part. Let's go to the next page so we can continue. Here I'm going to ask people to read, okay? I'm going to ask people to read. Give me a second. I'm just going to go to next page. Okay, here we go. Okay, the author's purpose. Okay, I'm going to read some part and you're going to read the following. It says, author's purpose. For common reasons, authors have to write are, okay, an author has to write for the following reasons: to persuade, to inform, to express an idea or feeling, or to entertain. Persuasive, okay, and a book that can be persuade, it's when you are writing a newspaper or a magazine. That's to persuade, to show something that you want. To inform, it's a newspaper. You are informing the people about a situation, the newspaper. To express an idea or a feeling could be a song, could be a poem, could be a story. And to entertain can be a magazine, can be a, what else? A comic book, can be all those things. So those are the four reasons for an author to write something. Authors often have more than one purpose to write. An author may write to both inform and entertain. When you figure out an author's purpose, you can adjust the way you read, and you might have read a funny story faster than a news article. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Page number 11. Okay, I'm going to ask people to read here, okay? Alondra, read the first paragraph. I'm going to open your microphone.
Parachutes all over the world.
Very good.
One of the first pictures of the parachute was drawn by Leonardo da Vinci in 1480.
Uh-huh.
1480. Da Vinci was a gifted Italian artist.
Uh-huh.
People wonder how he ever thought of a parachute in the first place because it was 400 years before the Wright brothers flew their planet in Kitty Hawk.
Very good. It says, a French scientist, Louis Sebastian Leonard, who lived in the 17th, is thought to have been the first person to use a parachute successfully. He named the parachute using the French word parasol and chute. Leonard tested it by jumping out of a very tall tree. So that was where they made the first parachute. We're talking about the parachute. Now, Elisa, can you help me read the last paragraph? Okay, Elisa, can you read? I think Elisa's not here. Okay, Elisa. Read this part. Many have contributed.
Many have contributed to the modern parachute. In San Francisco in
1885. 1885.
1885, Thomas Scott Baldwin became the first American to fall from a hot air balloon with a parachute.
Thank you so much, Elisa. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to go now with Jimena. Jimena, can you please read where it says?
Yeah. In 1911, Lev Kontelnikov, a Russian, had the idea of putting a parachute inside a knapsack. Before that, parachutes were held close to the body with both hands very tightly.
Very good, Jimena. Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alondra. Thank you, Elisa. And thank you, Jimena, for reading. So, we're talking about the parachutes all around the world. How did the parachutes invented? Who invented them? So, the one that invented them was Leonardo da Vinci. And they were invented in 1480. But the first person to try the parachute was Louis Sebastian Leonard in 17,000s. So we're talking about parachutes. We're talking about the ones that they put here. Here you see them in the image. This is a parachute. Is a paracaídas. A lot of games, video games, use the parachutes in the Call of Duty and all other video games. They use them in the war, the soldiers use the parachutes, but also parachutes, yes, right now show baby Santiago. But parachute students, remember that parachutes are also used by firefighters. The firefighters, they are sending a parachute and they go into the fire so they can work or they can fight the fire. So they are also used by the firefighters, okay? So parachutes are not only used by the army or by the soldiers, they're also used by the normal people and by the firefighters. So let's go to the next page. Vocabulary, strategy, homographs. This is what we were saying the last class. Homographs are words that are spelled the same but have different meanings and sometimes different pronunciations. For example, though, this is what we saw yesterday, okay? So I just want for you to read this part. Remembering firefighting heroes. That's what we're going to read. Go to page number 13, students. I want for you to go to page number 13, okay? And we are going to start reading this page. Let me just make it a little bit smaller. Here we go, okay. Remembering firefighting heroes. I'm going to call people to read, okay? Let me see who is going to read now. I want we have Mr. Santiago here. Okay, let me see if Santiago is in the class. Let me open the participants. Castillo, yes, Mr. Santiago, can you read?
Okay.
Remembering firefighting heroes. Okay, read the first paragraph, Santiago.
Smoke jumpers are firefighters who parachute into remote areas and use the parachute to steer themselves near deadly fires. The U.S. Forest Service began using smoke jumpers in 1940.
Very good.
They have become an essential part of protecting our country's national forests.
Very good, Santiago. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so in 1940, the U.S. Forest Service, the U.S. Army began to use the parachute firefighters to stop the fires. They jump from an airplane, they go into the fires, and they start turning out the fires since the airplanes. So that's something very important, students. The firefighters also use parachutes. Okay, Bruno, you're going to read the next paragraph, Bruno.
Smoke jumpers began by
Bruno, on August 5.
1949, a wildfire raged at Man Gulch in Montana. A bolt of lightning had probably set fire to some underbrush near to the Missouri River. At the same time, the wind picked up, feeding the fire even more.
Very good. Thank you, Bruno. I'm going to call Pablo to read now. Pablo, go ahead and read the next paragraph. Smoke jumpers.
Smoke jumpers in here.
Smoke jumpers began. Yes.
In the third.
Yeah, the third paragraph.
Okay. Smoke jumpers began by concentrating their efforts in an area behind the fire. The foreman Wagner Dodge led his men to a lower part of the gulch. Smoke jumpers faced the conflict with fierceness and dedication, but it still burned.
Very good. So, thank you, Pablo. So, here they're telling us a story about Wagner Dodger. Wagner Dodger was a forestman. That means he take care of the forest. But he died trying to fight the the fire. So this is a story about a firefighter that was Wagner Dodger. He was one of the first parachuters that went into the fire. So let's continue reading. Okay, I'm going to ask now Juliet, please start reading, Juliet, where it says Dodger realized. Okay, I'm going to open your microphone. Julie, you can read now. Dodger. Julie. I think she's not here. Okay, I'm going to ask another people. Maria Angel, I need for you to read. Maria Angel, let's see. I will open your microphone, Maria Angel. Okay, there we go. Your microphone is open, Maria Angel. Dodge.
Dodge realized his method was not working. The fire was getting most so he ordered his men to run up the slope of ground to escape. At about the same time, the wind began blowing in the same direction, exactly changing the
Firefighters.
up the hill. 15 men lost their lives.
Very good, very good, Maria Angel. Thank you so much. So it says that 15 men were dead in that fire situation. A lot of people die in the situation of the fire. So we are seeing here that people are dying. So, Amsi, read the last paragraph.
In
1999.
In 1999, a dedication ceremony was held of 15th anniversary of the fire. Some helpers landed in Mount Close that remembered the sacrifice of the turns we had died.
Okay, very good. So when the people died, there was a ceremony for those who had died. They were making a ceremony for the people who died, and there was a ceremony to represent or to make the people well, they honor the people that had died. Okay, so we're going to continue. This is the story that we're going to read on the next class. Not today. Today we're not going to read it. We're going to read it on Thursday or tomorrow. It says, Los Topos, Mexicans, volunteer heroes. We're going to read this story, but on the next class, don't worry. So right now I'm going to stop sharing. Let me see here. Okay, so people, remember that we're talking about the parachuters, the ones that fly in their parachutes. They fly in the parachutes, they go into the fire, and like this, they start fighting. They start fighting for the, they fight against the fire, okay? So that's what we were reading right now. Now, here I see here, any questions about the reading, students? Any questions that you would want to ask? Okay, no questions? Okay, that's good. Very good, students. So we have 3 minutes left over. What we're going to do now is that I'm going to give you this free time so you can disconnect. And at 11:50, we are going to come back to do the conventions, the last class of today, okay? So get ready your materials. Remember, you have to take out your conventions notebook, your pencil, your pens, and your color markers, okay? We're going to be working with those the next class. Pablo, what's your question?
Teacher, this is not a question. It's because I want to tell you that can you It's because when the class finish, can you give us like a break to speak or something like that?
Next class.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you, Pablo. Elisa, what's your question, Elisa?
Teacher, in conventions, we're gonna use the book.
First, the notebook. We're going to copy some instructions in the notebook. Okay? Thank you, Elisa. Now, Jimena, what's your question, Jimena?
At the end of the class, you're gonna show baby Santiago.
Maybe next class.
He's
Okay?
sleeping.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Jimena. Thank you. Right now, so get your materials ready for conventions. Right now, we're going to start with the class and see you at 11:50. I'm going to put here in the whiteboard so you can remember the time. The time is 11:50, okay? That's for conventions. Okay, see you right now, students. See you right now in the class. Thank you so much. See you right now. Bye-bye.